All right. Hi guys. Nithyanandam everyone. Welcome back to Kundalini Yogini. This is Prasiddha. Thank you guys for joining me today. Very excited to get into today's topics and questions that you guys submitted. So if you weren't aware, the first 11 minutes are going to be answering questions all within 1 minute. So you guys will have to help me with that one. Hold me to it. I'll do my best to time it out where I'm just spending 1 minute on each question. And then at the end of that, we're going to be doing the most important part of today, which is the meditation to collectively manifest and use the portal, the energy which is created today, a very auspicious, powerful energy of a palindrome day, which is 11/11/2020. It's been over 100 years since we had that many auspicious numbers all together, and it is definitely not an accident. It's a real auspiciousness, a real energy which is created today. I woke up feeling it very strongly today, just like this bubbliness, this bliss oozing out from today. And really, what these days are created for is really to manifest things very quickly and powerfully. So today's meditation, where I'm going to be walking you through, is going to focus in manifesting a collective conscious reality for this planet through our third eye. And we'll be doing that all together in this space. So make sure to stay for that. Without further ado, I'm going to get into my first questions. Okay, so my first question that was submitted, and hopefully all the audio and visuals okay. Keep me posted on that, guys. I'll do my best to make sure it's good to go. Okay, so my first question was, is time an illusion? Yes, ultimately, absolutely, yes, it is an illusion, because time, you can understand it in the way of space. So think about space. It's very imperceivable in some ways, right? We can't see it, taste it, touch it, or feel it, but we know that it exists. Time is in the same category, and the better way to understand time is like intangible matter, just like space is. So it's everywhere all at once, and it doesn't have any linear set or limitations to it. And I'm sure that each and every one of you has experienced this in moments of your life of intense emotion, whether it's joy or sadness or grief or loss. Time literally can slow down, or time can speed up. And people have these experiences all the time, so we know that they're real. So the most important takeaway is that time can be manipulated and can be experienced however we want through our pure awareness. And this is what meditation actually cultivates in us. Second question, what is the best thing in Hinduism? So in my opinion, the best thing about Hinduism is ahimsa, nonviolence. The concept of nonviolence is what drew me to Hinduism, what makes me stay in this path, because I feel it is the primary goal and focus of Hindus, of majority of Hindus, and to live nonviolent without any hypocrisy. So what that means is we don't just say love your neighbor as yourself like other people do. We really look to embody that authentically and take responsibility for that in the world, whether that be refraining from eating meat or dairy or killing bugs or harming other people. And even the way that we talk to ourselves and treat ourselves is a part of that nonviolence. So that is to me the best part about Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma. What was your biggest spiritual lesson you learned in 2020? What a question. I learned many a lesson this year, as I'm sure many of you guys have. Somebody was actually talking to me, one of my clients was speaking to me about this and saying, it always seems like you're so calm. I didn't realize you go through stuff too. I absolutely go through so many things, especially this year has been extremely challenging in a lot of different ways. The biggest lesson that I have learned this year is surrender. Surrender to the trust on life, the divine will, that everything is happening best case scenario, everything is going to work out and is working out, is happening beautifully and perfectly, and coming into the space of trust on that has been my biggest lesson this year. to not think that I have it all figured out or that I can control things the way I think they should be, but that divine, the life, the universe always has the larger vision, and it'll always work out in my favor. How fast to feel the effects of Triphala? I've taken only one day and already feel great. I'm really happy to hear that, guys. Super cool to hear that feedback. I love Triphala. I take it every day. Yes, you can absolutely feel the effects of it within, few hours of taking it. Depends on the person's body, their sensitivity, and the quantity and potency of what they're taking. But absolutely, Ayurvedic herbs can work within hours of taking them. You can feel a difference, especially with herbs related to digestion or the mind. Often you can see the effect instantaneously. But of course, in terms of healing a disease or disorder, we want at least a month, if not 3-4 months, to really make sure that medicine has taken effect in the bodies, because they're not harsh pharmaceutical chemicals like the medicines we're used to. They do take a little time in that regard. Okay, next question. Swamiji mentioned, I love this question, guys. And I hope that, sorry, I'm not able to see all of your things, but okay. Swamiji mentioned that on December 14th, 2020, it's going to be an important day. What is that about, and does it only pertain to India? So December 14th, Swamiji, our guru, has been mentioning as a day that is a very huge cosmic shift out of this pralaya, or period of darkness, period of delusion that we have been in this 2020, where there's a lot of external chaos and internal chaos in the world. December 14th is actually the total solar eclipse of this year. So what happens during that time astrologically is also many planets are moving out of the sign that they're currently in to Aquarius, and they're entering into an auspicious or harmonious cycle again. So while they were really turbulent, they're creating, for a lot of people who have certain planets in their birth chart, they're going to be facilitating the Saturn's return, which is a very auspicious time for people who have that in their chart, and many people do. So you'll see big shifts happening in our personal lives and globally after that date, basically. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Okay, 6th question. What is the fundamental in spirituality, and how can I make it a part of my day-to-day? So I would say the fundamental of any spiritual path is introspection. That's probably, if I had to pick one thing, the fundamental of spirituality to me is introspection. As Ramana Maharishi says, the internal questioning of who am I? That is the basis of all seeking and all, you could say, self-growth, self-improvement, self-realization. Where our path gets us, I think, only correlates to how much we're willing to go internal, go within, really evaluate and look at who and what we are, who and what we are not, and transcend those things. So next question, 7, what is the most enjoyable moment of every day for you, and what makes you want to start your day? So these are two different things. The most enjoyable part of my day for me, I would say, is connecting to Paramashiva in multiple forms. So that divinity in multiple forms, whether that be through the human beings that I spend time with and see, whether that be nature outside, animals, my pet dog, but also directly connecting to deities in puja, meditation, and yoga. Connecting to my guru and Shiva in that space is definitely what is the best part of my day, and what keeps me going, what makes me want to wake up in the morning, I would say, is my purpose. That I have found that dharma which I live for, and I am also living it, and continuously trying to live it more and more, of course, and align more and more to it in my day-to-day. But that's what gets me up, because it's that larger mission, outside of myself, which gets me going and motivates me. Question 8. Are you reading something interesting right now? Please tell us about it. Yes, I'm reading too many books right now, actually, but 2 I'll mention. I'm rereading Autobiography of a Yogi because it's just one of the most important books in the world, in my opinion. And I haven't read it in many years, so I'm actually listening to the audiobook of it. And if you haven't read this, please do yourself a favor and read it. It's just one of the most beautiful works, in my opinion. And I'm also reading a book called Nonviolent Communication. So it is a really powerful, really useful book on how to effectively communicate in our relationships, to not create argument, tension, violence, but facilitate listening and facilitate happier and healthier relationships through that form of nonviolent communication. So that is a book recommended to me by Alice Copilette, and I'm loving it so far. Really great book. Question 9, what is free will? You guys got some big life questions for me. Free will, I think, is simply the fact that we are all pure consciousness, and we are all the creators of our reality because we are Paramashiva. We are that. We are that ultimate. And so how could we not have free will? We choose in every moment, every experience that we have. And until we accept that, we suffer. But when we realize we always have the choice and we always have the freedom, we are so empowered, realizing we are God in our own reality. We are that force in our own life. And we can create anything and everything that we want. Question 10, how to deal with toxic people that you love. Toxic people that you love, I would say, I kind of resist the word toxic, usually in most cases, which I know sounds a little funny, but from the sense of the space of completion and responsibility for what we experience, I often don't like to label people as, oh, they're just this lower person and we don't want to deal with them. I think it's always very much more empowering and healing to come from the space of, what can I do and how do I treat myself as toxic? What are the toxic things that I don't accept in myself? What are the dimensions of me that I don't accept and resist, whether that be anger, whether that be irritation or laziness? Those things that we resist and hate in ourselves, we'll see reflected in other people in the same way. So the more that we come into that space, that, again, introspection, seeking within, the external can begin to shift. That being said, healthy boundaries are a big thing too. So it's about, what am I going to allow in my life or not? How am I going to treat myself and hold everyone else to that same standard? And that's just something that I use in relationships. And question 11, I think I'm timing this well. I'm excited. I'm not talking too much. Question 11 is, how does a tridoshic constitution person balance all 3 doshas if they are all imbalanced? So a tridoshic person, in some ways, is actually the most well off because they have a natural harmony of the elements in their body more than other people do. But I would say the easiest way to keep the balance for a tridoshic person, that I could describe in 1 minute, is following the sattvic diet, following a sattvic lifestyle. So eating foods which are considered that pure and harmonious in every form for every body. Foods like rice and lentils and mung beans, many spices, even ghee and coconut oil and things like this, which are very nourishing, very simple, but such healing foods for the body. So I'd focus in stuff like this in your diet, and you can look up our podcast on the sattvic diet on our other channel, the Ananda Ayurveda family, and I go into many, many details on that with Drita on what the sattvic diet is and how you can follow it. Okay, 11 questions, 11 minutes, we did it, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Now we're going to enter into meditation. So all of you guys that are with us right now, please take a comfortable seat. And we're going to start to enter into the space of meditation. So just stick with me on this, and let's all settle down. Let's all take deep breath and come into the space of connection and relaxation. I'm just going to start off with the mantra to open up the space for us, and I will guide you guys through this meditation. So stay with me, keep your eyes closed and spine straight. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvanvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satgurum Tam Namami. So aligning your head, neck, and spine. Stay in a comfortable position, whether that's on the floor or on a chair, on your bed. Just keep the spine straight. Gently close the eyes as we tune back into the breath. Before we enter into this powerful manifestation space together, we first need to address and release the pain and the hardship that is being experienced both individually and collectively this year. So just for a minute or two, we're going to focus in the heart center before we move into the higher chakras. I'd like you to bring that awareness to your heart space, your Anahata chakra. Take a deep inhale and exhale through the heart as if you're breathing through that energy field, through that chakra. Surrender to any emotion which might be coming up for you in this space. Maybe it's your own emotion, maybe it's that of others, of the world, of the society that you're a part of. A lot of heightened emotional experiences this year that we have all taken on. And the way that we're going to start to heal and release these is by bringing that awareness into our heart as we chant the Sham mantra. Sham is the mantra for the heart healing traditionally used. So chant along or listen with me as you sit in the space and allow each out-breath to release any emotions, negative or positive, that might be arising for you. Sham. Sham. Slowly bring your presence, your awareness upwards, and carry that you can visualize it as a ball of light traveling up through the throat chakra into the third eye, the Anya chakra, the space between the brows. Bring the pure light of your awareness into this center and visualize a flame burning bright white light in the third eye. And now I want you to bring that breath through the third eye, as if you're inhaling through the brow center and exhaling through that space. Notice the sensations you might be feeling, the colors you might be seeing, the pulsing energy in the third eye. And in this space, this connected awareness on this very auspicious day, as we sit together all around the world, let us visualize the most ultimate reality for the planet as if it is happening right now. You can already see it. You can already feel it. What does that world look like for you? What is the world that we want to create together, that we want to live in, that we want to shift into? I want you to visualize that. Taste it, see it, smell it, feel it, for you in your personal life, and also what it looks like in your country, in your city, and on this planet as a whole. Let that visual be shown and projected through the space of the third eye, as if you're watching a little movie. It is already happening. We are creating this. Let your visuals play out for a few minutes as we sit in this space together. Let this be the visual that we keep, that we maintain in our inner space every day as we go out into the world. We are forming this, we are creating this together. Feel the divine energy, the divine light pouring into you through the third eye and co-creating this reality with you, with your consciousness. Allow that divine light to pour down on you. Feel it pouring over your body through every cell, oozing that bliss energy of Shiva as it rains down onto you. As we chant together, you can join me. We'll be chanting 3 times Tatastu, which is so be it, so it is. Tatastu, tatastu, tatastu. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. You can slowly open your eyes whenever you feel ready. Thank you all so much, whoever was sitting with us and joining in that meditation. It felt so good. It felt so good for me too. I'm sure you guys can feel the energy today as well. And that was just a little glimpse, you know. I encourage you guys to meditate longer today, maybe before bed as well, and work on another manifestation practice. I would really write out, you know, maybe journal what it is that you want to create in your life from today. Just pen it down. It's great to have that tangibility, and then I would encourage you to offer that to whatever you connect with, whether that be, you know, a guru or a certain deity or god or goddess or a saint. Offer that at the feet of that being. I'll be offering mine to Shiva and Ganesha. So once I write mine out later today, I wrote a little bit yesterday as well, but I'm going to do some more. So I would encourage you guys to do that today too. And again, thank you so much for sharing this oneness space with me, and also for submitting your questions. That was really fun. I wish you guys all a very auspicious and blessed 11/11, and I hope that we can continue to go forward together in this space and to create the energy and the love and the tangible space that we really do want to see our world become, because it does all come from within. So let's continue to grow that in ourselves so that we can start to transform what we don't like to see outside of us, you know, and make it what we want it to be. Yes. The juiciness of life. Thank you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next live stream. Definitely tune in if you guys haven't heard. Drita, the Blissful Athlete, the Infinite Cup, Robert and Savannah, Blissful Bohemian, are all doing a live event tonight. I highly encourage you guys to tune in. It's at 5 p.m. and it's going to be much longer and much more extensive. So if you feel like this was something you enjoyed, this was just like a tiny little blip, but they're going to be doing a multiple hour-long yoga, meditation, manifestation, and sound healing tonight. So head over to Drita's page. If you can go to Blissful Athlete for that link, or any of their pages as well, and check it out. They didn't even ask me to say that, but I just think the event is going to be really amazing. So whoever's interested, I think you guys will get a lot from it. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys, and Nithyanandam everyone.